Oh, I got to.
Ah, that pot light. Man, I should scoot back.
What are we just gonna do there, Terry? You say just breathe.
Oh, it's just breathe.
Oh, I love that. Yes. Good stuff.
Just, right? Let's just do us. Okay.
I love it. I'm gonna try to push this window. Here we go. Okay. Now in 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, everybody. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Health and Wealthness Day. And we're here with my co-host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover-Ups, and this is the Biz Chicks. Today, our guest host is Miss Robin Shimizu, and she will be introducing her guest, Miss Linda Lee, and we're going to be talking feng shui. Hey, how to keep life in balance. I love it. So without further ado, we're going to get started because you know we don't like to keep you long. So with that, Robin, have at it. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you, you guys. Good to see you all. Good to see you all live on Facebook also. Today we have Linda Lee. She's been with us before, and Linda is a graduate from the California Institute of Healing Arts and Sciences. She has lots of number or letters behind her name. She's taken a lot of different trainings, and we've heard from her about essential oils in the past. Today, I thought it would be fun to learn about Feng Shui, in part because I know a little bit about it, but I would like to know a lot more, and I thought it would be interesting for our audience to hear from Linda and hear what she does around Feng Shui and why we do it and why we care about it. So, Linda, can you teach us a little bit about Feng Shui and what you do in that area?
Well, I would love to. Thank you so much for having me. You guys are all wonderful, and I really honor the fact that you want a well-rounded audience on many subjects. Yes. So I have been doing Feng Shui for going on about 15 years. Wow. And the reason I got into that was because I am a holistic practitioner. I really believe in not only physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being, but our environment that we live in is extremely important. Feng Shui is thousands of years old, at least 3,000 years old that we know of. And it started out in China. Now, they started out doing what they call compass school now, but they did everything directional then. They built all of their homes according to the directions and all of that. I learned more the Bagua map because for us Westerners, we didn't start out that way. And so our houses are all gollywampus, okay? They're all over there. The doors face different directions. And so for us, the Bagua map allows us to, let me show you a picture of it.
Okay.
It allows us to remedy our Western ways of thinking or unconsciousness about energy. Now, everything is energy. Everything. Some people go, well, I believe in this kind of energy, but I don't, that kind of energy is kind of out there. But remember, everything starts as a thought, which if you can touch your thoughts, let me know. But all of those are intangible, right? Mm-hmm. But without those thoughts and our creative ability, we can't create anything tangible. So Feng Shui is based a lot on energy. So I know this isn't very good, but can you see all nine? All nine? Okay. So this is a basic Bagua map. And what I will do, if you I'll send you a better one than this, but if you private message me, I will send you a really good copy of one that shows you the elements, the parts of the body it affects, and so on and so forth. It's amazing, yet simple. So feng shui, what is it? Feng shui means wind and water. What's wind and water? It's a flow, right? It's like, it feels good. When you're in the water, it envelops you. When you're in the wind, it envelops you. So when you go into an environment, have all of you been into a room or a home or a building that you go, oh, I just love it here? Anybody?
Yes.
If you've been there, then you're experiencing good feng shui. It feels good. Have you been in a room or a building or a situation and go, oh my gosh, get me out of here quick? That is out of balance feng shui. Okay, it's like, oh, the energy, you're picking up on the energy, right? You either resonate with it or you don't. So good feng shui is like, and not so good feng shui is like, oh, get me out quick. So why is that important to us? In our homes, that's where we go to rejuvenate. That's where we go to recalibrate, to go out in the world and do what we do. Our offices are extremely important. This is where we go to be creative and get the prosperity and abundance juices flowing. And if you are not in sync with that, then you find resistance and blocks. Okay, who knows what the number one rule to feng shui is? I know one of you knows this.
I'm not raising my hand.
What's that?
Oh, is it balance?
Okay.
It is declutter.
Oh,
I knew this.
Well,
now, what is
minimalism?
What does clutter mean to you guys? When you think of clutter, what does that tell you in your mind?
Confusion, overwhelming crap. Just stuff everywhere.
Congestion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And when we have, and it's all of that, Terry, honestly, it's all of that. And when we're confused, congested, guess what? We can't think clearly. We can't function clearly. We've got energy around us that's blocking us, right? So it's not only that energetic level of congestion, it affects us physically as well. So there's, I want to just do really brief overview, and then I want you guys to be able to ask questions. So some of these, let's see, I was gonna, like, different parts of this map signify different areas. I'm not sure how good you were able to see it, but when you go, the Bhagwan map goes from the front door. So I want you all to picture what's in the left back corner of your house, going through the front door and the back left corner of your house.
Okay.
Now, mine happens to be a bathroom. Now, what is yours, Robin?
It's
what's in your back
corner of my front room.
Okay, your front room. Okay, great. And what about you, Terry?
It is my office.
Ah, nice. And what about you, Francine?
It is my living room.
Okay, great. Oh, you guys are so much better off than me. Okay, because that is your power, your wealth, and your abundance and prosperity area. My prosperity area is, I'm just going to tell you a really quick story, but it's the bathroom, which means there's lots of flushing and things going down the drain and all sorts of that. So I have to do a lot of remedies in there in order to block my financial abundance and prosperity from really literally going down the drain or being flushed. Okay. So I will say, though, you guys are unique in that many homes have the restroom, the bathroom in the back left corner. So I'm just going to focus on this area for now. So I'll tell you really quickly what happened. When I first got into feng shui, I went in and I did all these remedies, and I was, oh boy, I'm gonna fix it, doing all what I'm gonna do. And within 2 weeks, my husband receives a check for $5,000. Not me, him, but the money came into the household. So I was thinking, okay, I don't know what's with us, but I'll take it, So when you start shifting little bits of energy with intention and you bring them in and heal those areas, interesting things can happen. Realtors use these techniques to sell houses, and anybody who has an office should be paying close attention. Robin's been in my office, and everything that is placed there in every place is there for a reason and with intention and blessing. So, and I clear that space periodically as well. So I know there's tons of questions and we're about halfway through. So I want to make sure you guys get to ask questions specifically to what you want to know. And so go ahead, ask anything.
So my question is, how do we get rid of the clutter? I know that we need to do it, because I can see how the congestion can be a problem. We read the declutter book, but it seems to creep back.
Yes, it does.
And me too, because when we're business people, especially, we're busy doing other things, so it's like by the time you look around, you go, oh my gosh, I just cleaned this up and it's that. So my suggestion is, and I actually, in my other practice, work a lot with people who hoard and who need organizational help and all of that. So it really is, it's a daily practice. And even if you just a lot, and I don't know about you, but if I put it on my calendar, it gets done. If I don't put it on my calendar, who knows what will happen that day. So
there's a principle.
What's that?
That is a principle. If it's not on the calendar, it won't get done.
So even if it's 10 minutes, maybe, first thing in the morning, put 10 minutes aside just to straighten up and declutter, especially your office and your desk. And then if you've got other areas that have kind of piled up, then I would say allot 10 or 15 minutes a day just to work on little pieces of that to get it reorganized. And you'll find after you're working on it for 10 or 15 minutes, you kind of get excited about that, and you might, do it for a little bit longer. So put that on your calendar to do every day, so that you pay attention to decluttering and all of that. Yes.
So just decluttering is part of feng shui.
Oh yes, because you want clear space.
Okay, and the reason why is because we don't want any energy blockages, and we want
exactly congestion. And just think what congestion does to you when you have it physically. You can't breathe, your eyes are watery, you're coughing. It hinders you from moving in a very physical way through the world a little smoother.
Wow. One of the things I've been doing, and I've been doing it unconsciously, is every night I do all my chores. I get up in the morning and I could start out my morning with myself. So I don't have any chores. Clean the cat box and pick up the thing. And I actually straighten my office up every evening before I go to bed. So that way when I wake up, it's nice and orderly. Sometimes I don't, but perfect. I try to start my day out with an kind of a neater. I have a lot of work to do, don't get me wrong, but I've been intentionally doing that at night before I go to bed, because I feel like I can go to bed and feel good about getting up in the morning and not facing those chores, those mundane chores that everybody has to do,
Absolutely. That is a beautiful thing to do. My philosophy is prepare for tomorrow today. So I have a lot of people that forget to take their water with them. I mean, we need fresh, clean water to drink every day. So I say, fill up your bottles, leave them on the counter. I put mine in the car just so I make sure I don't forget. And so whatever it is you need to do, prepare for tomorrow today. And yes, you probably sleep better. I bet if you've gone to bed and you didn't do that cleanup, you're thinking all night long, oh my gosh, I got to get up and I got to do that. That's not good for sleep either. So
isn't there a way that you actually position your bed or your desk or I mean, in terms of the way the door is situated? And
yes, and that's not part of the Bagua. But however, I do bring in some of those concepts when I'm working. Now with desks, especially like your office, you want the desk and or the bed if you're a bedroom, if you're looking at your bedroom, you want them in what they call a command position, which is facing the door. You never want your back to the door. That puts you at a disadvantage. Somebody can sneak up on you and you're busy at work, and and if you have to have your back to the door, you want a mirror that you can see the door so it reflects back. Your bed, you want that definitely facing the door. It's a psychological kind of a thing, but it was also very practical way back thousands of years ago, because they didn't want intruders to sneak up on you, and you weren't ready for them. So it is a concept that we want to be prepared, and we want to be prepared. So that's a good one. Those are Compass School questions, definitely.
Okay.
Go ahead, Francine.
No. I'm just thinking. Continue.
So I was thinking, is there something basic you can teach us, which is like how we can even start by paying attention to the way the energy flows? So something really easy that people can just incorporate. Like there was one program that we had where we said, let's just introduce live plants to our home, because live plants do, they bring in their extra energy, and it's nurturing and all of that. So is there something basic in Feng Shui that we need to think about, or that we just be aware of? Decluttering was interesting to me because I didn't know that was part of it.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah. It's a huge deal. So some basic things you can think about are, if you're walking through your house and there's somewhere you're always bumping your foot into, like the couch or something else, you definitely want to rearrange that couch. If there's something that you're finding that it's just kind of always in the way, but you've gotten used to it being in the way, get conscious about it and reposition it. I did want to touch on the wealth and prosperity area. What I want you to do, since none of you have the issues I do, because mine is in the bathroom, bring in something that represents prosperity to you. Mine's at my office, but what I did is I took 9. 9 is a very auspicious number in Feng Shui, and lots of other schools of thought. Numbers are their ancient language. Okay, they've been around forever. So I took 9 very brand new $1 bills, and I kind of fanned them out, and I put them in a frame. And I love lotus flowers, because lotus flowers represent those things that have to grow up through the mud. They really have to. They go through all this yucky stuff to burst through into these beautiful flowers, these water lilies that are beautiful. So I used a picture of that along with it, and that is in my prosperity corner in my office. Another thing is beautiful amethyst. Amethyst represents prosperity. So those are a couple things you can put in there with intention to help energetically bring in that. in energy for you. Now, in the back part of the house, that's your fame. That's how people see you. So that back corner, you want things that people can, something that represents how you want to be seen in the world. So you'll see in the Bagua map, those are kind of, it's kind of a red color. So you'll get this information if you want it. And then in the back corner is your relationship area. So if you're having trouble in relationships or you want to enhance your relationships, bring something into that area that represents couples or love or whatever that is for you. And then there's another area for the creativity. For us as business people, we need a lot of creativity to keep things flowing, right? We want to bring in creativity. So you want representations of what that is to you. That's an area for children. Children are extremely creative. So we bring in colors. So what I did in my office, I got these colors, but they blend in all the areas. And then in the center of your residence or your office is your general health and well-being. So you definitely want that area to be clean and bright. And if there are dark spots in your house, little corners that are dark, bring in a salt lamp and light it up. They're excellent for bringing in negative ions, cleaning the air, and they are just beautiful and lovely to have in your home. So there's so much more. Did that bring up any questions for anybody?
Yes. What is a salt lamp?
Oh, I don't have any right here. They are basically a big chunk of salt with a bulb in it, and the heat from the bulb emanates this, I don't know what it does, but the minerals in the salt really put out those negative ions, which are extremely healthy. That's what you get when there's a thunder and lightning, when you go outside in the thunder and lightning, and it's like almost there's electricity in the air. Or I feel it in the snow, or when I'm at the ocean, or just up in the mountains. There's a lot of negative ions that are extremely healthy for us. So these salt lamps help bring a little of that into our home.
I've seen them, and they're very pretty.
Yeah.
And Grocery Outlet had some, and where they're, because you can go Bed Bath and Beyond has them, and different places have them.
I'm looking on the internet. Looks like Walmart has one for $12.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And they're beautiful. Yeah. And they, like I said, they're nice to light up dark corners, or and you can get them in different colors. So if you're going with the Bagua map, you could get one with a certain color for a certain area to just enhance that. So when you place something in your home for a remedy or something to enhance that area or to bring in more prosperity, or you bring in something into your spiritual area or your healthy or helping people area to help enhance that area, just say a little blessing over it with intention that that's what it's for. And it's just like when you bless your food, you can literally change the molecular structure of your food by saying thank you. These are not concepts that are out of this world. They have very practical reasons. We say blessings for a reason. We say prayers for a reason. It's because they change things. So when you bring something in, be sure you say a little blessing over it and say, yes, this is what it's for. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whatever that is for you. And when I come and do consultations or much more, we clear the space, we get it in balance, and literally we just move furniture if we have to. So if anyone is interested and they want a copy of the Bagua map, I will send them not only the Bagua map, but a special I'm running right now for anybody who wants to have the service. It's amazing, and you will it will change just the energy of how you feel in that room and about what you're doing, because it brings intention and consciousness into that space for you.
Well, I'm starting with the declutter.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's a big thing for most people.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like I said, I've done it, and then it just seems to creep back, and so I have to stay on it. So I'll pick a time, probably at the end of the day, like Robin does, and just keep it, keep the clutter out.
Yeah, I think that that's a good thing, because at the end of the day, we really should be planning for the next day.
Correct.
So the clutter can be a part of my planning process.
Yeah.
To be ready for the next day.
And I'll tell you, you know, back in 2009, 2008, when we had all of this, you know, all of the, what they are afraid to say was a, you know, like a depression, recession, you know, what that taught me was to simplify life, simplify, get rid of what you don't need. If you don't love it, if it has no use, please just donate it to somebody that can use it, or sell it and make a few dollars, and then put that in a little kitty for something that can enhance your life or that you can give back with. So simplify life. It will lift burdens off of your shoulder. So
yeah, and I'd like to simplify too. I've started the process. Do I really need this? Do I need to have all these handbags? No. You know, just I think Terry and I read something from Minimalist. It was a article, but a lot of the stuff that, just like you said, a lot of the stuff that we have, we really, it's just stuff that's in there. You know, how many times are you going to look at a business card? You've got the person's name and everything, put it in the database and throw away the cards. Get them, you know, just clearing the clutter.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think what I learned from today's conversation is about intention. Be intentional about what I bring into the house.
Right.
You know, I tend to bring things in the house because I like their aesthetic to me. You know, they bring aesthetic value to me. But now, if I'm asking, this is pretty, but what is its purpose? Because it's not like I need stuff, you know.
And most of us don't, you know. And so if we only keep what means something to us, when we look around our environment and we go, wow, I mean, you've got a connection to that. That's good feng shui. If you've got something, you go, well, that's nice, but it's nice, you know, there's no connection to it, then lovingly release it to someone.
I like how you said that. Lovingly release it, not you know, just I gotta
give it away. Lovingly release it.
Yeah. And that's the same thing what Linus was talking about when she talked about releasing the weight. And sometimes the weight is not necessarily the weight on our body, it's the weight on our mind, and that clutter that's hanging around. You know, you don't need them papers from 1968. They're not going to come and ask you about it. And if they did, then they need to figure out how to get it.
And you know what is interesting is as you release the weight around you and stuff, your body starts to release too, because this becomes a mindset.
Right.
Everything.
Right.
You're going to be more conscious about food, because you're going to go, well, do I really need that? Is that going to sit in my cupboard? You know, because the kitchen's a whole other aspect that needs. Everybody's going, oh no. But that's all true. When you change how you think and how you consciously go out and bring things into the home, like Terry said, it changes everything. This is not just a physical environment. It is a representation of what's going on inside of us. So if we feel cluttered and overwhelmed in our mind, our environment's going to start reflecting that.
Wow.
So when we get that in tow, then all of a sudden we're in better shape. It's not like it's one or the other. It's like nothing's separate. Everything is connected.
Right.
So that's why I ended up getting into feng shui, because it's just not this. It's what we surround ourselves with. We deserve the best. We deserve to love ourselves. We deserve to have only loving relationships around us, only the highest and best. If they aren't, I love you, but bye-bye. Lovingly release, right?
Right.
And let them go. Somebody taught me this phrase, toxic. Our environments can be toxic, and the people around us can be toxic.
Our relationships. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And she explained it, talk, sick. If they're talking and it's sick, they're toxic. Okay.
Isn't that cool? I love it. If they're talking sick, they are toxic, and you need to lovingly release them.
Yes. Oh, I love you. Yes.
And it's very true. I remember someone mentioning having the things around you. You just said that. You just said whatever we have around us, if it's not going to benefit us, then why should it be here in the space? If the persons that are hanging around you are not going to benefit you, why are they in your space?
It's all feng shui.
So everything should add value.
Correct. It should bring value as you're giving value to. And we need to not be talking sick to other people as well.
Right, right. Live what we believe and believe what we live. And yes, I mean, sometimes we want to help those around us, but sometimes they don't have the same values and they're there to take. So we have to become discerning about many things in our lives to raise our energy, to raise our vibration, so that we can be who we know in our heart that we are. And our environment is so important for that. It supports us. It's our place that we go to recharge our batteries. And if it is clogged and congested and it doesn't feel comfortable to be there, then it's so important to clear it out and do something new. And it's freeing. It's all freeing to release and let go.
And Carla says she's decluttering today.
Go, Carla.
Yeah. She says, I've been getting rid of stuff for a couple of years. It feels good to give to a place that gives it away to people in need. But I seem to build up clutter again. We've all done that. Mm-hmm. And we're going to continue to just give it away. My thing is, don't bring it in the house. Like Terry is saying, consider it before I even bring it into the house.
Absolutely. This is discernment and consciousness. When you get very conscious, you will be thinking before you pick it up. You go, oh, that's beautiful, but what purpose will it serve me? And it's about discernment. And once you get that down, the clutter will just dissipate on its own. So he's very good. It's very good to continue. It's a continual process, yet every day be conscious. It will affect every facet of your life when you get discerning and conscious. And I honor you all for doing that.
So I'm going to ask everybody in here, what does your handbag look like? What does your briefcase look like?
Mm-hmm. Mine's really organized and neat. I've got 3 compartments, and this is for my samples for work and stuff. This is my material for handing out information, and this is my personal stuff, my wallet. And so I've got it really organized. And I did that with the purchase of a certain bag, meaning that's my briefcase. Right. So I've done that. I've done really well, I think, because I can grab that bag and take it anywhere.
You can pat yourself on the back. I did that really well.
and that is the thing. That is the goal. And when you have if you all ever get a session with us, we're going to ask you about your bag. Because you don't need to carry a lot of times we think we have to have everything and the kitchen sink in that bag, and really is not true.
Absolutely. Just get the right size purse or handbag that you need for you. And then I don't know, I would keep your business stuff in a separate bag unless you can keep it pretty compact in there. That way, if you don't want to carry all that, you don't have to. But
Correct.
That's a personal preference. As long as it's organized and clean and you know what's in there, you're good to go.
Organized, clean is the operative word. Yeah.
You know, have you guys heard about the book by Marie Kondo? And she's a Japanese lady from Japan, young lady, and her book is The Art of Decluttering Your Life, or something like that.
The magic of tidying up. I have the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you guys think, Linda here is that woman. She has you fold everything, you get rid of you, and you do it in stages. Where you put all the clothes, you pull all the clothes out the closet, you put them on the bed, and you look at each piece, and you do I really need to keep this? Is this something that means something to me? You know, the clothes you got in the closet that you're gonna try and get into when you get down to a certain place.
Allegedly. When you allegedly release the weight.
Yes. So
I gotta tell you, I only had one belt that I was wearing all the time because it was stretchy. It was perfect. Well, it broke, and I thought, well, I have some other belts. Before I go and buy some, I'm gonna go pull out all my belts. Well, I pulled out about 6 belts that were practically new. I never hardly worn them, and surprisingly, they were all too small to wear. So that was a good inclination for me to go in and look at what I had before I went and bought something. I was able to release all of those. And now I'm just down to one stretchy belt, just in case, you know. But I released all of those. So that's an idea. So say you're looking for a top to wear, you know, and I'm tired of all these. Well, bring out, you know, pull out 6 or 7 of them and just say, and look at them. And if
I just had a revelation. What if we, as part of the declutter process at the end of the day, decided what are we going to release today? Because we will have released at least 365 things
out of our lives. That's pretty good, Terry.
By the end of the year.
Right. Yeah, that's really good.
Exactly. And I don't know about you, but you haven't worn something for, well, they say a year, but if it doesn't fit, that's the main thing. If it doesn't fit you anymore, that wish of maybe it fitting, let that go for now. And because if you do achieve that, then go out and celebrate that. Right now, it does not fit. So allow it to go. Or, you know, so lots of little tricks you can do to help yourself release. I've been going through books like crazy because I have a whole room. I've got 4 bookshelves in this room alone with books. So I'm thinking I'm in the process of releasing books. So, and just keeping what is serving me right now. And so that's my project. So whatever your project is, choose a project that you'll start feeling the burden of the weight of stuff being released. If you had to pick up and go right now, you know, with all these fires going on, I got my priorities in check really quick. And I'm sorry, pictures was not one of them. If I had to pick up really fast and go, I want my fireproof box that has all my important papers, and I want my essential oils because those are going to keep me healthy, heal. And I mean, if I have an issue, that's my healing part. And then I've got my practical part. I've got, you know, and I've got my important stuff so I've got my hands full if I had to get up and go. So I organize those so that all I have to do is put them in 2 carrying bags and I'm out the door. So, those are things you want to think about. If you had to narrow it down to a couple of things and you were just running out the door, of course, you got your clothes on your back, maybe throw a couple of clothes in somewhere, but those are the important things.
And see,
to me,
I have released everything to the universe. I just, because I've lost things before.
Yes.
So it's like, I'm just walking out of here like there's been a natural disaster.
Yes. And that lesson was invaluable because we don't take any of the stuff with us that we have. Mm-mm. So that's why the things you have around you are so precious. You have them because they are precious. And if you have to leave whatever it is behind, you know that they served you well, and whatever is next is okay. So, yeah, I'm with you. I've had experiences where,
it's gone.
It's just gone, and you have to resolve that. And what's important in life, and what do you take with you? It's what's here.
I'm going to challenge all of us to declutter our schedules.
Oh, you are a thinker, Francine. I love that.
Get your calendar. What is on that schedule that really does not need to be there? Find out your most important thing that needs to be done today. Get that one thing done. The one thing, not 15, not 12, not 10, not 8, 3. Get the one thing done today. And then it relieves the pressure on your mind.
Oh, because a confused mind
will not make a decision. Okay.
I keep 3 separate lists. I keep 2 to 3 things that have to be done today. My next is my B list that I can pull from if I have time, or they're the next in line to pull from if something else doesn't come up. Then I have my C list that if I have time on my hands, that I can start working on that list. So that's how I do it. You keep your most important things, but that will leave you time to put on your calendar for decluttering, organizing your home, your office, whatever that is. But whatever little technique works for you. But if you have stuff, make lists and then pull from your list. But keep your priorities today and then pull from your other lists as you have time.
Yep. So your challenge is to declutter your home and declutter your schedule. And then let's talk about it the next time we get together, because I think it will help us. You'll feel lighter, not just you'll feel better. That's what I'm just going to say, that you'll feel like, oh, I don't need to worry about that today. I've done the thing that I need to do for today. I've decluttered my house. You know how it feels when the kitchen's all clean and dishes are put away. You don't want anybody to touch anything. Don't pull. Leave everything alone. You don't even want to touch a dish because everything is all put away and neat.
So as a result of today's 45 minutes or so,
yes.
I'm going to put myself a salt lamp. I'm going to put a mirror up in my office because my back is to the door. I need a mirror for that. And I'm going to start really consciously I've been sort of decluttering, but not routine, kind of hit or miss. But I'm going to do that every day now because of Terry. So that's a really good suggestion.
Release something every day.
Yeah, that's a wonderful suggestion.
I'm putting a box in the garage for whatever I'm releasing for that day.
Cool.
And put it in the garage because there's some stuff that needs to go.
Yes, yes.
I'm just saying.
You girls are amazing. I love it.
Look, if we're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle. And there's a hassle if you can't think through to your genius, because there's just clutter everywhere and you can't think and you're looking around, because we are visual people. And that's why they say have one item on your desk that you're working on at a time, and so that you don't see other things, because we're the shiny object syndrome, where you kind of start, oh, I need to go do that, and oh, I need to do this, because there's clutter,
right?
And you can't focus.
Or you're thinking somewhere along the line, I should really be doing that, not this, and you should really be doing this. and that shouldn't be there.
Right. And so you're ping-ponging and you're not getting anything done.
Right.
So
thank
you. I got work to do.
Yes.
So thank you, Carla and Christy and Nora. And who else do we have over here?
Penelope. And yeah, Penelope's there.
Penelope's here.
And
thank you so much for watching today.
We thank you all for coming in
the conversation.
Yep. Let us know. Put it in the chat. Talk about it over on the group. How, you know, what you learned from this conversation, what you're going to do. Because when you write it out and tell somebody about it, we're going to ask you about it.
And Linda's going to put the map up on. You're going to private message you to get the
that way I can email it, and if they're interested, I'll send them a little offer I'm doing right now if they're interested. And this is a perfect time of year to every time of year, but this is a nice time of year before the holidays when things really start building up. So but anyway, just private message me and I'll send you a little map and information and all that.
Okay.
Thank you. And for everybody watching live, we appreciate you as well. So by the replay. So thank you again. And Terry, is there anything else you want to?
I just want to say, don't forget to go to the front of your own line, guys. Have a great day. And tomorrow is Tech Friday.
Oh yeah, we're talking tech. Bring your questions.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
Thank you.